Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about a trade rumor that has been circulating around the NHL kind of community for the past couple of weeks now, and it's Patrick Kane. And this is a really interesting topic here because Kane, he's been linked to the Oilers, he's been linked to all these teams, but now he's been linked to none other than the Toronto Maple Leafs. And, it's really crazy to think that this is actually a possibility. But, with the right moves and, with the right maneuvers, people are saying that Kyle Dubas could possibly make this happen. And, at first I didn't really believe it, but after seeing so many Twitter threads and articles and videos pop up on my pages, I just had to come on here and speak on what I thought this actually could become. I was looking online, and if you looked here on this website that's called THW, the Hockey Writers, an article by Michael DeRosa has 4 potential Maple Leaf targets in a potential Kane trade. And I guess this really does reveal the price of what a guy like Patrick Kane would be as well. So here it is, starting off with a guy that, I personally think is pretty underrated. It's Alexander Kerfoot. He's a good middle six forward. He can play in the top 6. He's 28 years old, coming off of his final year on his contract. And this really makes sense for the Leafs' perspective because, why would they want to risk losing him for nothing when they could just ship him over to Chicago and, actually get a player in return? So that's a decent piece to start off there. The next player is a guy that probably won't be on the Leafs regardless of if he does get traded to the Blackhawks or not. It's Rasmus Sandin. And as of right now, Sandin remains an RFA. And, from the reports that we've heard, his agent, Louis Gross, has bluntly stated that the negotiations are going nowhere. So this should be a cause for concern about the 2018 first-round pick's future with the Leafs. And as a result, it's possible that Dubas would be willing to trade Sandin if it means that he will be landing Patrick Kane. And for Sandin, this is good for him because it would mean a top 4 role on the Chicago Blackhawks, and their depth on the left side isn't particularly strong. So that could open up the door for the 22-year-old to possibly be on the first power play unit and get some big-time minutes over on the Blackhawks. Although Sandin has had some NHL experience, it's still the perfect fit for the Blackhawks rebuild. He's only 22 years old and has plenty of time to reach his full potential. So on both sides, this does actually make a lot of sense. Now, the third player that is listed is Nick Robertson, the man that has been 18 years old for the past 5 years. And as stated above, the Blackhawks forward depth has taken a major hit with the likes of guys such as Kirby Dach and Alex DeBrincat and Strome all on their ways out. And, it does mean that Davidson is looking likely to acquire at least one top forward prospect in any trade centering around Kane. And it really does look like Robertson could possibly be that guy because people still say he has massive top 6 potential. And one of the main reasons why he hasn't actually secured himself a permanent role in the top 6 for the Toronto Maple Leafs is a mixture of injuries and just the crazy forward depth that the Leafs actually have. The Blackhawks, as I said, they lost a ton of good forwards, so Nick Robertson could easily slide in there and he could get a ton of chances to play on the power play and big minutes similar to Rasmus Sandin. Just a really good opportunity for a young player to really just flip the page and start on a fresh, clean slate. The fourth and final piece in this trade consists of none other than Matthew Knies, who is arguably the top current Leafs prospect in the system. And honestly, it really is hard to believe that Davidson would want to pass up on considering a guy like Matthew Knies if you were to consider a Kane trade to the Leafs. As the guy, he's a young player, 2021 second-round pick. He put together an excellent freshman season with the University of Minnesota. In 33 games played, he got 15 goals and 33 points. The kind of season they have many believing he could be a blossoming top 6 forward in the near future. Naturally, with the Blackhawks rebuild, he'd be a kind of player that they'd be targeting. So I don't know, man. This is what the price supposedly is for a guy like Patrick Kane. I think it's pretty appropriate considering he is aging and he only has a couple more years before he probably does end up calling it a career. He's had a great career. So many achievements and accolades. I can't even begin to list them all. And honestly, man, he just goes down as one of the most flashy players to ever play the game. Probably the best American-born player of all time. And it's pretty cool because a lot of people have been saying it's like a passing of the torch if he does go into the Toronto Maple Leafs to kind of give the crown to the next best American-born player, that being Austin Matthews. And who knows how good Matthews is going to be by the end of his career, man. He could definitely take over Patrick Kane. But what Patrick Kane has been able to put together is absolutely magnificent, and it's really interesting to see where he might actually end up. So let me know in the comment section below if you agree with this. Do you think that he could possibly end up on the Toronto Maple Leafs? And if not, where do you think he will be ending up going? I definitely want to know what you guys have to think in the comment section below. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. And yeah, guys, I'll be sure to catch you guys all in the next one. Peace out.